Now, the second part of the chapter is related with the communication system. So, what type of communication systems are generally used using electromagnetic waves? That first we have to classify. Communication. So, communication of signal can be done by three methods. One is a line communication, second one is a space communication, and third one is a satellite communication. So here we are using the satellite. The signal is sent from surface of the earth to the satellite, communication satellite. We have seen its property in gravitation, and then it returns from the communication satellite to the surface of the earth at desired station. Here we are using line. So telephone line and cable TV, it is the best example. In cable TV, we are using a conducting wire from that cable operator unit to our TV set. So line communication means telephone line and cable TV. Now this part we have to see in detail. This space communication has three types. It uses the atmosphere surrounding the earth, and therefore it is called as a space communication. So there are three types that we have to see in detail. One is a ground wave propagation, second one is a space wave propagation, and third one is a sky wave propagation. Sky wave propagation. In all these three types, we are using the atmosphere surrounding the earth, and therefore first we have to study the properties of the earth's atmosphere like this. So these three types, ground wave propagation, space wave propagation and sky wave propagation, they uses the space surrounding the earth, and therefore it is called as a space communication. So in the space communication, in these three types, the atmosphere conditions are important, and therefore we have to study the earth's atmosphere. So what is meant by earth's atmosphere? The definition can be given like this. Definition of Earth's atmosphere. The gaseous envelope surrounding the Earth is called as a atmosphere. The gaseous envelope surrounding the Earth is called atmosphere. Now what are the properties of the atmosphere? Properties of Earth's atmosphere. First, it contains 78% of nitrogen, which is the main, 21% of oxygen, and remaining 1% other gases, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. So the remaining gases, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, they are in 1% only. Second property, Earth's atmosphere extends from the surface of the Earth up to the 400 km. It extends up to 400 km from Earth's surface. Depending upon the density, pressure, temperature, etc., there are various region in this part. The density of air decreases as the height h increases from Earth's surface. From Earth's surface. There are total 4 layers. 4 layers in atmosphere. So what are these 4 layers? That now we have to see. So if I will give the picture like this, Earth's atmosphere. Suppose this is Earth's surface. Zero kilometer. इथून atmosphere start होतो. I will give the this is 0 kilometer. From 0 kilometer to 12 kilometer. This is one layer which is closest to the surface of the earth and it is called as the troposphere. Troposphere. Then from 12 kilometer to 50 kilometer, this is the total layer is called as the stratosphere. Stratosphere. Out of this 12 kilometer to this, there is a sub layer which is a 30 kilometer. So from 30 kilometer to 50 kilometer, this is a ozone layer. It is a very important layer. There is the presence of ozone gas. Ozone layer. Then from 50 kilometer to 80 kilometer, there is a next layer. Kilometer. This is a mesolayer. Mesosphere. Mesosphere. And from 80 kilometer to 400 kilometer, this complete layer is called as the ionosphere. So now I will cut this part. Say this is the position of 400 kilometer. So this total part is called as the ionosphere. There are ions present, positively charged, negatively charged ion, and that's why it is called as a ionosphere. Now in this ionosphere, there are sublayer from 80 kilometer to 110 kilometer. This is called as a thermosphere. The temperature is highest in this region, therefore it is called as a thermosphere. Thermosphere. Then there are two parts again from 180 kilometer to 250 kilometer. There is a canalid heavy side E layer. This is 250 kilometer. This is Kennedy heavy side. These are important for microwave communication, therefore they are given particular name. Kennedy is the name of the satellite. Kennedy heavy side E layer. E layer, F layer, D layer, etc. There are so many layers like this. Then the remaining layer is the Appleton F layer. From 250 km to 400 km, this is the Appleton F layer. Here the Earth's atmosphere ends, and beyond this Earth's atmosphere, we exist from the Earth's atmosphere, therefore it is called as the exosphere. So there is no atmosphere here. We are outside the Earth's atmosphere. There are no gases, etc. So as the height increases from 0 to 400 km, the density of the air goes on decreasing. Here near the surface of the Earth, it is nearly 1.29 and it becomes nearly 10 to minus 10, negligibly small like this. So this is called the ionosphere. From 80 km to 400 km, this region is called the ionosphere because there are ions present, positively charged, negatively charged ions are present. And why the ions are present? Because the solar radiation first enter here. So they have a powerful radiation, very energetic radiation. So they will ionize the gases. The gases are rarely, density is very low, pressure is very low. So at low pressure, density is also low, and therefore this energetic radiation will ionize the gases in this layer, and therefore positively charged and negatively charged ions are present. So electrons are present. Electron density is maximum here, and as the radiation comes to the Earth's surface, its power, energy goes on decreasing, therefore electron density goes on decreasing. Highest electron density decreases, electron density is still less, and here there are no ions. So this is also called as a charge-free space. There are no charges, either positively charged or negatively charged, and therefore this is a charge-free space, and there are charges present here. So this is the difference between them. Below 80 km, it is a charge-free space, and above 80 km, there are charges present, either positively charged or negatively charged like this. So this is the picture of the Earth's atmosphere. It extends from 0 km to 400 km. या प्रत्येक स्पीयरच्या लेयरच्या काही प्रॉपर्टीज असतात. So this troposphere is used in this space wave as well as ground wave communication. Ionosphere is used in sky wave propagation like this. So these are the different layers, different compartments in the Earth's atmosphere. And now what to use them for communication purposes. So this is the second part of this chapter, electromagnetic waves and communication system. So communication has three main types: line communication, space communication and satellite communication. This space communication has again three types: ground wave propagation, space wave propagation, it is also called as a direct wave propagation, and third type is a sky wave propagation. So ground wave, space wave and sky wave propagation. We have to see these three types of wave propagation in detail. They uses the space or atmosphere surrounding the Earth, and therefore first we are going to study the Earth's atmosphere. So it is a gaseous envelope surrounding the Earth, extending from 0 km to 400 km. Above 400 km there is no atmosphere, it is called the exosphere. And from 0 to 400 km these are various layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, then ionosphere. These are the four main parts. Ionosphere is divided into the three sublayers: thermosphere, Kennedy is the E layer, Appleton F layer. This stratosphere is divided into the two parts. This is the ozone layer. Ozone gas is very important gas. It absorbs the powerful ultraviolet radiation in the solar radiation, and therefore the survival on the Earth's surface is possible because of the ozone gas. If ozone gas is not there, or if the ozone gas percentage of the ozone gas decreases, then the ultraviolet radiation will directly reach the earth's surface, and under this condition, when they reach the earth's surface, they are powerful radiation, tremendous heat is produced, and therefore temperature of the earth will increase to a very, very large amount. That problem of global warming is due to this vanishing layer of ozone layer, like this. Now, but to see these three types in detail: ground wave propagation, space wave propagation, and sky wave propagation. So we will start from ground wave propagation. So let us see this first type, ground wave propagation. The name itself suggests that the signal is transmitted from transmitting antenna to receiving antenna along the surface of Earth, or the surface of ground पर. So the name itself gives the idea. So the definition is given like this: the mode of wave propagation in which radio waves, they are electromagnetic waves. The radio waves transmitted from radio waves transmitted from transmitting antenna the radio wave transmitted from transmitting antenna reaches the receiving antenna along the surface of Earth, that is ground, along the surface of Earth. This type of mode propagation is called as the mode of wave propagation in which the radio wave transmitted or radiated from the transmitting antenna reaches the receiving antenna along the surface of the Earth is called ground wave propagation. So the main part is the wave propagates along the surface of Earth. The wave reaches along the surface of the Earth from transmitting antenna to receiving antenna is called as. What is the principle? In single word we can use the principle like this. Principle is the electrostatic induction, ESI. So in electrostatic we have seen this principle: magnetic induction, electromagnetic induction, and electrostatic induction. If any charged body is present, then the charges in the neutral conductor, they get partially separated. This is called the electrostatic induction. So same thing will happen here like this. So the arrangement is like this. Now we know that Earth is a good conductor. Explanation. Here we use vertically polarized electromagnetic wave. Vertically polarized means E vibrations are perpendicular to Earth surface in a vertical plane. for example, if this is the surface of the earth or surface, and now this is a transmitting antenna. The transmitting antenna can be shown like this: T for transmitting antenna and R for receiving antenna, like this. So here the electromagnetic wave is transmitted, it is vertically polarized like this. So I will show only 3 cycles like this: positive half cycle, negative half cycle and positive half cycle. Sorry. Like this. So electric field vibrations are in the downward direction. Electric field vibrations are in the upward direction. Again, electric field vibrations are in the downward direction, vertically downward. So this is a vertically polarized wave. Vertically polarized electromagnetic wave. Now, this is the electric field E. So what is the effect of electric field? This is E. Now we know this equation. Electric field intensity is defined as the force per unit charge, and therefore F is equal to Q multiplied by E. Now, Earth is a good conductor. Earth is a good conductor. Earth is electrically neutral. So it is having equal amount of positive and negative charges. So if we consider the positive charge, then the force acting on the positive charge is equal to Q into E. It is in the direction of electric field. So if electric field is in the downward direction, this force is in the downward direction. So positive charges are repelled and negative charges are attracted. So in this portion, due to this positive, this electric field in the downward direction, this positive and negative charges are having effect like this. Electric field is in this direction, and therefore the positive charge will be repelled and negative charges will be attracted. So these are the negative charges. In this case, this positive charge electric field is in this direction. So positive charges are attracted. So these are positive charges. Again, negative charges. Like this. So alternately, positive and negative charges are induced. These are the इलेक्ट्रोस्टॅटिकली इंड्यूस चार्जेस. या इलेक्ट्रिक फील्डमुळे अर्थच्या आत जे काही चार्जेस आहेत त्यातले निगेटिव्ह चार्जेस अर्थच्या सरफेसवर येतात, पॉझिटिव्ह चार्जेस खाली जातात. इथे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड या डायरेक्शन तो पॉझिटिव्ह चार्जेसवर फोर्स ॲक्ट होते आणि हे पॉझिटिव्ह चार्जेस अर्थच्या सरफेसवर येतात. सो दिस वेव्ह इज प्रोपोगेटिंग in the direction from transmitter to receiver. So when this part comes here, this polarity of the charges will change from positive to negative. This will change from negative to positive. So the polarity of the charges goes on alternating with the frequency same as that of the electromagnetic wave. याची जी फ्रिक्वेन्सी तेवढं फ्रिक्वेन्सी घेतले चार्जेस प्लस मायनस प्लस मायनस प्लस मायनस प्लस मायनस चेंज होत जातात. And therefore due to the change in the sign of the charges plus minus etc., alternating current is produced. So due to electrostatic induction, the charges alternates their polarity with frequency equal to the frequency of the electromagnetic wave, and therefore Alternating current, short form you can use AC. Alternating current flows along the surface from transmitter to receiver. I will use short form T for transmitter or for receiver. So alternating current flows from transmitter to receiver along the surface of the earth. Alternating current flows along the surface from transmitter to receiver having same frequency. जी electromagnetic wave की frequency से तीस alternating current की frequency आता है. So the signal reaches the receiving antenna along the surface of earth, and therefore the name is called as a ground wave propagation. Now in this case, since the signal passes through the earth has material, and because of that material the amplitude of the signal goes on decreasing, that is called as the attenuation. So due to earth due to the material of earth there is considerable loss in the energy or power of the signal. This loss is called as, communication में ज़्यादा एक ही नवीन शब्द आपल्याला माहिती पाहिजे. This is called attenuation. आपण सिंपल लँग्वेज मध्ये त्याला डॅम्पिंग म्हणतो. Damped wave, undamped wave, these are the two types of. So if the amplitude goes on decreasing with time and with distance, then it is called as a damped wave. This is the damped wave. So because of absorption of the energy by the earth, there is a loss. Why there is loss? Because earth absorbs the energy. आता मी या ठिकाणी बोलतोय तर ह्या वेव्ह इथून फार तर आपल्याला 50 मीटर, 100 मीटर, 200 मीटर पर्यंत ऐकू येतात. त्याच्या पलीकडे ऐकू येत नाही. Why? Because the energy, sound energy propagating from me to the observer is absorbed when it is passes through the medium. That absorption by the medium, the absorption of energy by the medium is called as the attenuation. So this attenuation is strong due to strong attenuation due to the strong attenuation of earth, signal can reach a short distance only. It cannot be reaching longer distance. The signal can reach short distance. Therefore, ground wave propagation is used for, आता त्याचा एक ड्रॉबॅक सांगता येईल आपल्याला, शॉर्ट डिस्टन्स कम्युनिकेशन. Also, what is the property of the attenuation? Also, attenuation loss is directly proportional to the frequency of the electromagnetic wave. Therefore, higher frequencies cannot be used. Therefore, this is the second drawback. Ground wave propagation cannot use higher frequency. Ground wave propagation uses low frequencies. Low frequency. त्याच्या फ्रिक्वेन्सीची रेंज साधारणपणे ग्राउंड वेव प्रोपगेशनसाठी ती 500 किलोहर्ट्ज टू 1500 किलोहर्ट्ज असते. Or in megahertz you can use from 0.5 to 1.5 megahertz. 0.5 megahertz to 1.5 megahertz. So it is a short distance communication using the lower frequencies. So lower frequencies are used only in ground wave propagation. So this is one limitation. This is second limitation. And what is the third limitation? Third limitation. Limitation 1, limitation 2 and limitation 3. It requires low height of antenna. Lower heights of antenna. कारण ह्या अँटेनाची हाईट जर वाढली तर काय हा सिग्नल जेवढा भरून जाईल तेवढा इलेक्ट्रोस्टॅटिक इंडक्शनचा इफेक्ट कमी होईल. हे चार्जेस कमी प्रोड्यूस होतील म्हणजे अल्टरनेटिंग करंटची मॅग्निट्यूड कमी होऊन जाईल आणि त्याच्याने सिग्नल अजून कमी डिस्टन्सपर्यंत जाईल. सो द हाईट ऑफ द अँटेना शुड बी ॲज लो ॲज पॉसिबल. सो दिस ग्राउंड वेव प्रोपगेशन रिक्वायर्स द लो हाईट ऑफ द अँटेना. इट इज ए short range communication. It is the communication using the lower frequencies and the height of the antenna required is also low, and therefore this communication is used in radio communication and ship communication. The localized communication साठी त्याचा यूज केला जातो. So uses for radio communication, for ship communication, फक्त शिपच्या सरफेसवर इथून तिथे आपल्याला कम्युनिकेशन करायचं मीन्स लोकलाइज्ड कम्युनिकेशन. Localized communication like this. So it depends upon the range of the ground wave propagation depends upon the frequency. Frequency वाढवली तर रेंज वाढेल. पॉवर ट्रान्समिटरची वाढवली तरी वाढू शकेल. सो रेंज ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन is directly proportional to the frequency of the wave. Also, it is directly proportional to the power transmitted by the signal. More the power, more is the range of communication. रेंज म्हणजे काय? जास्तीत जास्त किती डिस्टन्स पर्यंत आपण सिग्नल इफेक्टिव्हली ट्रान्समिट करू शकतो त्याला रेंज म्हणतात. सो रेंज मीन्स इट इज ए मॅक्झिमम डिस्टन्स फ्रॉम द ट्रान्समिटर. सो रेंज ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन it is a general term related to the communication. Range of communication. Definition. ही डेफिनेशन आपल्या नोट्स मध्ये दिलेली नाही आहे, म्हटलं ऍड करून टाकायची. Definition. The maximum distance between transmitter and a receiver so that signal is received effectively and faithfully with sufficient amplitude. So it is the maximum distance between the transmitter and receiver up to which we can transmit the signal effectively and faithfully. Effective means it is having the sufficient strength. So these are the requirements. It requires low height of the antenna. It requires the vertically polarized electromagnetic wave. आणि त्यासाठी त्या ट्रान्समिटिंग अँटेना असतात त्या वर्टिकली vertical position ला पाहिजे. Vertically polarized means they should be kept in vertical position like this. So this is about the ground wave propagation. Now there are two more types: space wave propagation and sky wave propagation. So let us see this next type. आपल्या नोट्समध्ये बुक्समध्ये या ग्राउंड वेव्ह, स्पेस वेव्ह आणि स्काय वेव्ह प्रोपगेशनचे फिगर सेपरेट दिलेले नाही. त्यात तिघही फिगर कंबाईन करून एकच फिगर दिलेली, नोट्समध्ये पण दिलेली. आपण इथे फिगर सेपरेट पण दाखवतो आहे आणि कंबाईन फिगरचं नोट्समध्ये दिलेलीच आहे ती लक्षात. सो नाव वी विल सी द नेक्स्ट टाईप, दॅट इज अ स्पेस वेव्ह प्रोपगेशन. सो नाव वी विल सी दिस सेकंड टाईप, बी, space wave propagation. So there is a slight change in the definition. The mode of wave propagation in which the radio wave transmitted from the transmitting antenna reaches the receiving antenna, इथे फक्त पुढे येईल, reaches the receiving antenna A directly or after reflection from B, earth or ground, and C, after reflection from earth or after reflection from troposphere, after reflection from troposphere. So the signal transmitted along the earth, or it is also part of the ground. So the signal goes from transmitter to receiver along total three paths, A, B, C. So the picture is like this. Suppose this is the surface of the earth. Earth surface. This is the transmitting antenna. T part transmitter. This is the receiving antenna. So the signal transmitted from the transmitter reaches the receiver directly. A. So this is the direct path. A path. Or after reflection from the earth, so signal may go like this. The signal is going in this direction. After reflection from the earth surface, it is received here. So this is the B path, and these are the tropospheric layer. Tropospheric layers. So the signal reaches the receiver along this path. It goes to the troposphere, and after reflection it is received here. So this is the C path. So A direct path, B after reflection from earth, and C after reflection from the tropospheric layer. A, B, C. So the signal transmitted by the transmitting antenna reaches the receiving antenna in three different ways along the three different paths. So these waves are called as this is a direct wave, this is a ground reflected wave, this is a tropospheric reflected wave or tropospheric wave. Ground wave, direct wave, and tropospheric wave. Their names are given like this. So A is a direct wave. A is a direct wave. B is a ground reflected wave. Ground reflected wave, or it is also called as a earth wave. And C is a tropospheric wave. Now, what is the advantage? the wave is going directly without touching the earth. This is without touching the earth. Only this wave is touching the earth, but this is only touching at a single point, and therefore no role of earth. Therefore attenuation loss, attenuation, that is the loss, decreases considerably. Therefore range increases. So it is used for long range communication. Long range communication. Also it uses higher frequency because less attenuation. Higher frequency. इथली फ्रिक्वेन्सीची रेंज जी ती मागच्यापेक्षा जास्त आहे. मागची रेंज फक्त 0.5 to 1.5 मेगाहर्ट्ज होती. इथली रेंज साधारणपणे 80 मेगाहर्ट्ज to 200 मेगाहर्ट्ज. 80 मेगाहर्ट्ज to 200 मेगाहर्ट्ज. टीव्हीचे जे चॅनल आहेत ती सर्व फ्रिक्वेन्सी याच्यामध्ये येते. So it is mainly used for propagation of TV signal. The range of the frequencies used is very large. Now the waves which reach from transmitter to receiver directly, they are called as a direct wave, ground reflected wave, and tropospheric wave. These are the three waves. Now in this case, the transmitter and receiver, they are in the line of sight of each other. Therefore this is also called as a line of sight propagation or direct wave propagation. Since the signal goes directly from transmitter to receiver, therefore it is also called direct wave propagation. Space wave propagation, or it is also called as a direct wave propagation. Also, transmitter and a receiver are in the line of sight. दोघे एकमेकाला बघू शकतात. In the line of sight of each other, therefore it is also called line of sight propagation. Direct wave propagation, line of sight propagation, and space wave propagation. These are the three names. Transmitter and receiver, they are always seeing each other. They are in the line of sight of each other. Therefore, it is also called as a line of sight propagation. Now, this range D is a range of space wave propagation or direct wave propagation. Direct wave propagation. D has limitation due to curvature of Earth. Due to the curvature of Earth. समजा अर्थचा सरफेस जर प्लेन रेंज असतो त्याच्यावर आपण पाहिजे त्या डिस्टन्स पर्यंत आपण सिग्नल पाठवू शकलो असतो. रेंजला लिमिटेशन राहिलं नसतं. पण समजा आपण आता या ठिकाणी हा अर्थ सरफेस आपण दाखवतो. तो दिस इज ए ट्रान्समीटर इथपर्यंत. तर इथं जो सिग्नल ट्रान्समिट केला तो डायरेक्टली फक्त इथपर्यंत आपण रिसिव्ह करू शकतो. इथपर्यंत रिसिव्ह करू शकतो. तर ही झाली त्याची range. So due to the curvature of the earth, this D has limitation. If the surface is plane, if radius of curvature of the earth surface is infinity, then range will be infinity, maximum. So because of this curvature, there is a range. आता या ठिकाणी या range ची value त्याच्यावर depend आहे मग. So D is directly proportional to the R radius of the earth, and D is directly proportional to H height of the antenna. Height of the antenna. हा antenna जर आपण इथल्या ऐवजी आता ट्रान्समिटिंग अँटेनाची समजा आपण हाईट जर वाढवली, this is the second transmitting antenna. So this signal can reach up to this distance. This signal can reach up to the distance. So D will increase. D dash is greater than D. Height H dash. So H dash is greater than H. Therefore D dash is greater than D. So by increasing the height of the transmitting antenna or receiving antenna, we can increase the range. So relation between these three quantity, range of communication, radius of the earth is fixed, and this height. So that relation is given like this: D is equal to under root radius of the earth into height multiplied by 2 times RH. D is equal to 2 times RH. तर त्याचं प्रूफ आपल्या नोट्समध्ये खाली दिलेलं आहे, पण ते एक्सपेक्टेड नाही आहे ते, फक्त तिथे जॉमेट्री यूज करायची असेल. तो D इज इक्वल टू अंडर रूट 2 टाइम R इंटू H. तर त्याचं एक एक्झाम्पल पण दिलेलं आहे इथे. इफ when the height H is equal to 80 meter, then this D is nearly 32 kilometer. So by increasing the height, we can increase the D. तर TV टावर जे असतात त्याची हाईट साधारणपणे अशी असते 80 मीटर, 100 मीटर, 150 मीटर. वाय? बिकॉज इट शुड कव्हर द होल एरिया ऑफ द सिटी लाईक दिस. सो बाय इन्क्रीजिंग द हाईट वी कॅन इन्क्रीज द रेंज ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. रेडियस ऑफ द अर्थ तर आपण काही चेंज करू शकत नाही. सो दिस इज वन एक्झाम्पल. नाउ इफ this is the surface of the earth and this is the transmitting antenna, then if this is the range, then this much area is covered for communication. So this area on which the signal is received, it is called as a area of reception. Problem solve करताना आपल्याला हा पण पाठ लागणार आहे. Area of reception of the signal. It is given by, it is a circle having radius D, so it is given by pi d square, and therefore area is equal to pi, या d चा जर स्क्वेअर केला तर रूट निघून जाईल. So 2 times RH. So radius of the earth and height. So as height increases, more and more area is covered. आपण ग्लोबल कम्युनिकेशन हा पण पाहिजे. कम्युनिकेशन सॅटेलाइटची हाईट जवळ 36,000 किलोमीटर आहे. 36,000 किलोमीटर. So if you substitute that value here, 36,000 kilometer, radius of the earth is 6.4 into 10 to 6 meter, etc. So we can calculate area, and that area is nearly 1/3 of the total surface area of the earth. तर मागे आपण बघितलं होतं, a single communication satellite can cover nearly 1/3 surface area of the earth for communication. Why? Because of this is the extension. So this range of communication depends upon the height. Also, the area of reception depends upon the height. If more and more height, more and more area would be covered for the reception of the signal, and therefore, instead of this type of tower, transmitting tower, if we use the communication satellite, it is at 36,000 kilometer height, and therefore, very wide area, very large area, nearly 1/3 area of the surface of the earth can be used for the propagation. So that proof of D is given in our notes. I think it is not expected, but to use that formula directly. So that geometry is not required. So you check that geometry. If any problem, ask me. So this is about the second type called as a direct wave propagation or space wave propagation or line of sight propagation. So why the names are given like this? This is the reason. The wave goes directly from transmitter to receiver, therefore it is called as a direct wave propagation. The transmitter and receiver are always seeing each other, they are in the line of sight of each other, therefore they are called as So see the name. The signal goes directly from transmitter to receiver, therefore it is called the direct wave propagation. The transmitter and receiver are in the line of sight of each other. They can see each other, and therefore it is also called as a line of sight propagation. And it uses the space surrounding the earth, therefore it is also called as a space wave propagation, like this. So these are the advantage. Here the no attenuation or negligibly small attenuation due to the earth, therefore range increases, long range communication, TV communicationसाठी जनरली याचा यूज करता येतो. ऑल्सो वी कॅन यूज द हायर फ्रिक्वेन्सी वाढली की अर्थ ॲट्युनेशन वाढतं म्हणून ग्राउंड वेव्ह प्रोपगेशनला लिमिटेशन होते. इथे तसं नाही आहे. देर इज नो रोल ऑफ अर्थ, देअरफॉर वी कॅन यूज द हायर फ्रिक्वेन्सीज अँड दॅट फ्रिक्वेन्सी इज अप टू 80 MHz to 200 MHz. So all these frequency ranges are using the TV channel, and therefore this for TV communication generally we are using this direct wave propagation like this. So now only the third type is remaining, that is the sky wave propagation. Okay, we will see that sky wave propagation next time. It uses the ionosphere. In this first two types there is no use of ionosphere. In the third type we are using the ionospheric layer, etc. Okay, we will stop here.